everyone. So I'm here to show you guys how to green this container that you guys got for the pickup. So just like a quick inventory on things that you're gonna need your piece of foam that you got, your compote or your container that you got as well. And I think you guys got 6 stems of leather leaf. You're also gonna need your clippers, did I already say this? Waterproof floral tape, and I'm gonna use a floral knife, but you can use like a butter knife or a steak knife. It doesn't really matter, it'll work. So to begin, you're gonna wanna saturate your foam in water, make sure like it's completely saturated, it's filled up with water. So you're just gonna like push it in to your little thing like this, not like this, because we want a nice flat foam right in there. And just to show you like what your foam should look like, it kind of forms into the container. So then you're gonna take your butter knife or your steak knife and notch it 45 degrees on each side. So this is what it should look like. I don't know if you can see that, like that. And then from here, just get rid of that. You're gonna take your floral or your waterproof floral tape, and you're gonna go ahead and tape it to the container. Starting from like the top, you're gonna pull it across into the middle, like this, and then all the way around. It's dripping everywhere. From the other side and top down to the middle like a V, like that. Pull it, tape it against itself, so it sticks nice. And then all the way back up to your first little piece. You can go ahead and cut it or tear it off. So just like this, in a V, taped back to itself, dripping everywhere. Just like that. So now you're ready to start greening. So you're gonna go ahead, like some of you have like really huge pieces like this. You're not gonna need huge pieces like this. You can start from the bottom, take all that stuff off. It's a small container, so you don't need to have your width and your height that huge, but probably about like this much. It will probably work. Leave a generous amount of the stem to stick into the foam, so it'll stay in there if it like gets funky, That works, right? For the width. This width is probably good. It's about like the same size as the container, just extending out. Go ahead and get another piece. Take all the excess leaves off. Again, just about this much. And maybe 1.5 inches of the stem will work. And what I'm doing now is I'm putting them each to each side of the square foam. So I'm putting one right in the middle. I'll do it on the top and the bottom as well. So I'll go ahead and do those now. Just like this. As you can see, they're kind of all the same. They're the same length each leaf, pretty much. They are different sizes, but that doesn't really matter. And for this one, since my piece is kind of connected and didn't like allow me to put the stem right through the middle of this one, I kind of put it just off to the side, but really close to the tape. Just something to keep in mind. And now from here, I'm gonna put it into the corners, the 4 corners of this. So we're gonna get the whole circle around the container filled. Again, going in with the same size. In the corner. Taking another one. Taking off the excess. Cutting the stem. Putting it in the corner. Continuing in the other corners. So now we have our width of the whole container completely done. not completely, but you know, just like a guide for us. And now I still have some left over, like the tip of the leather leaf, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut them into wings. So wings are just like the two off the lateral, so like these little wings. I can do quite a few and then I'll just use the tip for it, but we're just gonna go ahead and like do our best to cover all the rest of the foam. So I'll take another wing. These are really good for covering the foam because there's only so much one single tip can do to cover all the foam, you know. So wings are nice. Starting a new stem. Go ahead and do the same length and just cover the rest of the foam. Show you what I'm doing. Add some more. So you can see it. So now I'm getting towards the end of this piece and I'm gonna go ahead and cut off another wing lateral. Put it so it covers my foam. I'll show you what we're at right now. Continually keep trying to cover the foam. And always remember to look on the sides of this and all around it, because there's only so much that you can see from straight view on the top. There's a bunch of blank space where you need to put some leather leaf. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the wings for this. Stem. I'm actually going to start doing these like this just so it's bigger and more that can cover the foam. So your goal with greening is basically just trying to cover up the foam and giving the shape of your arrangement that you can follow when putting in your flowers. You guys aren't going to put in flowers till next week, but it's good to start learning how to make these shapes with greens and then going along just making it, you know, more elaborate with flowers. I pretty much got like the top pretty nice. Oops, that one fell out. And then we're just going to be looking on the sides for our little foamy spots that we can see. As you can see right here where the tape is. Your main goal when making an arrangement is to cover up the mechanics. So the mechanics in this is the tape. It's not an attractive piece to see, so it's good to cover it up. See, that's covered up a little bit better now. Going in with more wings, looking at the sides, covering them up. Going in with my last piece of leather leaf, just really looking hard for those pieces of foam that I can see and really covering them with my last piece. Just to make the top look a little bit fluffy and really towards the shape that we're looking for. And I'll just go ahead and stick this, just because I don't want to waste it, right at the top. So this is how it should look. As you can see, I covered up as many of the spots that I could with what I had, and it is pretty adequate, if I do say so myself. And yeah, so it should take you about 6 stems to do this, and just really look. What?
Water. Add water.
Oh, and don't forget, sorry, I couldn't. Don't let this happen. I don't know why this is happening, but don't forget to water this, because we're gonna need to use this. You're gonna bring it for next week when you come back to school. We need it alive because it just looks better, you know. But yeah, here's how you green.